Everyone, today we're going to be looking at how to brew with a plunger, French press, whatever you wish to call it. So work on a base recipe of 75 grams per litre for immersion. Going to be putting in 300 grams of water today, so I'm using 22 grams of ground coffee. So we're using a filter grind for our French press. Same as what you'd use for any of your filter methods. So highly recommend a scale. Kitchen scale is perfectly fine, and time it. Helps you get consistent, repeatable coffee and helps you adapt your recipe to your personal taste and know what you've changed. So make sure you zero your scale. And this time we are going to pour the entirety of our brew water in, so a full 300 grams. Just going to take a spoon, just give it a quick stir to make sure that we've got no lumps. And then just to keep the heat in, I'm just going to pop the plunger in. So at the 3.5-4 minute mark, going to grab 2 spoons, and all the floating crust on the top we're going to carefully scoop out with 2 spoons. Just chuck it to one side. This includes a little bit of foam at the top as well. We don't want any of that. Just set it to one side, and again just pop the cap on, keep all the heat in. And we're going to leave it for another 3 to 4 minutes. So we're aiming for 7 to 8 minutes. So we're not going to plunge all the way down, because that'll stir up all the fines and grit at the bottom, which will add harshness, that bitterness that we're all too familiar with from plunger. And so we're just going to carefully pour. We're going to get a pretty nice clear cup of coffee from our humble French press. With just the slightest amount of brew water in the bottom, because I'm using a very, very cheap basic French press, and that still leaves us with a really good cup clarity and no grit in the bottom of the cup. Enjoy.